Hello all and welcome to this AWS tutorial. In our tutorial today, I will provide a brief overview on AWS Resource Group. Let us begin this discussion with what is an AWS Resource Group? AWS Resource Group is a logical group to organize and manage resources in the same AWS region. So let's say you have a set of resources that you consider to work together logically, right? So let's say there could be resources as part of a dev environment, or there could be resources that are typically used by your finance department. That means all of these resources logically work together for a team or maybe a project or an environment for an application. Some way they are logically clubbed or grouped together. In that case, if you wish to create a resource group and logically see them together in one screen, right? Or you want to perform any specific task on it, that's the time you want to create an AWS resource group. Remember, when you create a resource group, these resource groups can be nested. That means a resource group can contain existing resource groups. Now, how do you go about creating a resource group and adding resources? So before we continue, I had one thing to keep in mind. There's no way to add or remove resources per se. Like you cannot say that, hey, I want to add this instance and I want to remove this instance, right? There's no way that you can add or remove a resource. So then how do you go about creating a resource group and adding those resources to it? In order to do that, you will have to query resources on the basis of their tags or choose resource types from a single AWS CloudFormation stack. That means there are two ways to query resources, okay, on the basis of the tags. So let's say you have a tag with key as environment and value as dev, and you basically want to create a resource group with this particular tag. So you can go about creating a resource group leveraging these values, and a resource group will be created with all the resources that have this particular tag, that is environment, key as environment and value as dev, right? Or the other way of creating is to query resources and choosing resource types from a single AWS CloudFormation stack. So two ways to create a resource group. Now, how do you go about updating a resource group? So let's say if you had created a tag-based resource group, in that case, you'll have to edit tags associated with the resource. Now, what do we mean by this? So let's take an example. Let's say you had created a resource group with 5 EC2 instances in it, right? With leveraging a tag, say key as environment and value as dev. And that qualified 5 EC2 instances in this. Now, going forward, you do not want 2 instances anymore, and you want to remove these instances from this resource group. So as we discussed earlier, there is no way to directly add or remove resources, but you want to remove these resources from this resource group, right? So how do you go about doing something like that? In that case, you need to go and change the tags of those EC2 instances, right? So remember that we created this group with the tag as key as environment and value as dev. So you want to go and change that specific tag for the two EC2 instances that you no longer wish to be part of this group. Let's say you want to move them to staging. So in that case, you can change the value from dev to staging. And once you change those values, those EC2 instances will no longer be part of your resource group, right? So this is how you go about removing resources. Let's say if you wanted to add two resources, then you will have to go ahead and, uh, let's say launch two additional EC2 instances and ensure that they have the right tag, that is key as environment and value as dev. And then they will be added to this specific resource group. Of course, all resources should be part of the same region. Now, let's say you had created a resource group leveraging AWS CloudFormation stack, right? get created. Again, only a single stack can be used. So the only way for you to update a resource group is, of course, you choose a different stack altogether, right? Or you can add or remove resource types in the current or the existing stack. And that's the only way that you can probably change. Let's say if you want to delete a resource group, how can you do that? You can delete it via console or CLI. Now, these last two lines over here are the most critical ones. They talk about what happens when you delete a resource group. Remember that when you delete a resource group, it does not delete resources that are members of the group or the tags of the member resources. That means when you delete a resource group, the resources will remain intact, okay? And so will their tags. Nothing is going to happen to them. They are going to remain as is. Remember, the resource group is a logical resource group. So when you delete a resource group, only the logical group gets deleted. And any tags that you had associated directly to that particular group at a group level, not the member or the resource tags, but the tags that were created for the resource group and associated with the resource group, those tags will be changed. Those are called as group level tags. They will be deleted along with the group. So when you delete a group, your resources remain intact. The tags on the resources also remain intact. Now, what type of resources can you use with AWS resource groups? This particular URL that I've mentioned over here is a brilliant URL. It's a fantastic URL. I really like it. And I sincerely request you to actually visit this particular page. In fact, I have it opened up over here. Okay, so it's right there, right? So over here, if you see on the right, you see on this page. So this lists all the services that are part of a resource group or can be part of a resource group, right? So you see resources that you can use with AWS resource groups. And if you scroll down, you can see the different resources and what kind of group they can be a part of, so whether tag-based or AWS Cloud Formation, stack-based groups, right? And for each service, you have, whether it can be part of a tag-based group or a Cloud Formation stack-based group. So feel free to explore this particular page, guys. You have all the services mentioned over here, right? And right, go ahead and just review through this list. I'm not going to review through all the services that I mentioned here, but most of them are. And let's say if you're ever thinking or wondering, like what kind of resources can be part of my resource group, then just come to this page and you have it right there. All different supported resource types and whatever type of resources that you can add, you can just double check and ensure that when you create a resource group, this resource is going to be part of that particular group. Next thing is use cases for resource group. Now, again, I have put in a reference URL. So visit that particular URL and I have it opened it over here as well. So where is, I think I missed it. Okay. There it is. Okay, so if you scroll down, this is that particular URL. And over here, you have use cases for resource group. Now, what you want to focus on is this particular section. This basically describes some use cases in which resource grouping can help to organize your resources. So the first one, as I mentioned earlier as well, right? It is if you have an application that has different phases such as development, staging, production, you can definitely create a resource group. If you have a project that is managed by multiple departments or individuals, you can create resource groups as well. Or if you have a set of AWS resources that you use together for a common project or that you want to manage or monitor as a group, you can certainly create a resource group. Or let's say you have a set of resources that are related to applications that run on a specific platform. So in this case, they have said probably Android or iOS, assuming that you're doing some mobile app dev or something like that. So these are some of the scenarios wherein you can create a resource group. So the bottom line is that if you have a logical group to create, then leverage this particular feature, right? Otherwise, I mean, it really doesn't matter. Or you have large number of resources on which you want to take a specific action or you want to see them together, then it makes sense to create a resource group, right? Perfect. Okay, so benefits, of course, manage and automate tasks on large number of resources. And pricing is there's no specific charge to create a resource group. So guys, I hope that you like this particular tutorial. Do post your feedback. And this is it from me today. And I will see you shortly in some other video. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.